Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so pleased to be here. When I was told I was going to speak to young people, I was so excited about it. Because we need to tell you, at this stage of your life, what success means and how you can succeed big. And I'd like to say, it's not a difficult thing to succeed. Everything has rules, and once you play according to the rules, you are going to succeed. You have the capacity to become whatever you want to be in life. It all depends upon you. The only thing that can stop you from being what you want to be in life are the limitations you set in your mind, the things you say to yourself about your incapacities. Otherwise, you can become whatever you want to be. Don't say, I can't succeed because I'm from a poor family. Don't say, I can't succeed because I come from a minority tribe. Ben Carson would have said that. He's a black man. He succeeded big in his field, neurosurgery, a very reputable one at that. So you can become whatever you set your mind to. At your age, you need to be guided, and that's why I'm here. And I want you to listen attentively to me. Say to yourself that you must take something away from here, something that is going to change your life forever. So listen to me. I don't want you to take down copious notes, because I'm aware that the organizers of this program, they have a book which I'm going to talk from, a book that I wrote sometime last year, that was published sometime last year. And everything I'm going to say to you this afternoon are contained in that book. So just listen to me, and let's go. So the topic I'm going to speak on is the story. The story. The Oxford Dictionary has two definitions for story. One is the description of imaginary people and events that is often written or told for entertainment. When we were little kids, we used to sit around the elderly people and they used to tell us stories and all of that. Those were mainly for entertainment. But there were lessons behind those stories. We're going to talk about that as we go. The second definition is an account of past events in somebody's life or in the development of something. I'm more interested in the second one, an account of somebody's past life. Some people put this down as their autobiography, which is a compendium of the major events in their lives, the difficulties they had to pass through, the challenges they had in life, and how they overcame them, and the lessons that they took away, the lessons they learned, the opportunities that came their way, how they took advantage of those opportunities, the successes they recorded in their lives, and how they were able to change their world. And what is often ignored, what is called life's philosophy, that has to do with your idea of good and bad, the place of God in your life, what success means to you, your relationship with other people and with God, your life purpose. I'm going to talk around all of these things I'm saying to you as we go on. So just listen. Your life purpose. So your life's philosophy describes broadly your vision of life. I'm going to tell you what vision is. It describes your life purpose. Why am I here? It describes your attitude to life. And I dare say your habits. These three things, your vision, your purpose, and your attitude and habits, they are the things that define the story you write with your life, the story you tell. I'm going to take them one by one so you understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about vision, I'm talking about purpose, I'm talking of attitude towards life. These three will define your story. What you do with story? What do you do with story? To inspire you, to teach you, to motivate you. Stories can be used to communicate a vision. Of course, they are great stories. Great stories teach great lessons. They are memorable. They resonate with an audience. They can create change. It's about stories. So, how do you find your life purpose or destiny? Why am I here? Why am I on this planet, on this earth? What is my purpose? What is my destiny? These are questions we have to resolve. If you don't understand your life purpose, you won't be able to make any headway in life. Why am I here? What are those things that you do very, very well? And you enjoy doing them. You can do them from morning till night, enjoying doing them and lose count of time. You do them so effortlessly and so naturally that they have become fun to you. In fact, you're doing them, you wouldn't even like to be paid because you derive joy, you derive pleasure from doing them. What are those things? Look at your skills. Look at your talents. Look at your competencies. Look at the desires of your heart. What your heart desires all the time. Your interests. Look at your passions. All of these things point to your destiny. They point to your life story. So, once you have identified what your purpose is, organize your life around it. And make sure that everything you do is congruent with this, with what you have discovered. Because one of the greatest challenges in life is to find your purpose. And once you find it, you're ready to go. Organize your life around it. If you sing very well, you're a very good musician, and you know you can make it big if you stay in music, and you decide to leave it to go and learn carpentry. Of course, you know you're not going to go far there. But often you discover some of these musicians, they're so good, they enjoy singing. When they're on stage, it's like they're in another world. They're enjoying themselves. And you find yourself, you go and pay money and you are watching somebody enjoying himself. That is the height of attainment of destiny. You're enjoying yourself, people are paying to watch you. So, what is your life story? What story do you want to write with your life? What is it? How does it feel? Is it a story of success and greatness? Like the story, but the Ben Carson story. I know his background. He's a black man, but he aspired to be great. Today, he's a renowned neurosurgeon. He's known all over the world. Is your story that of achievement or greatness? Or that of an also ran? Somebody who followed others to life. You accompanied other people to this world. And you live without making any impact. They say you follow run. You follow come. Don't be like that. Because if you go that way, you end up as a mere footnote in history. A timid soul that knew neither victory nor defeat. You never tried anything. You never did anything. You never succeeded. When you're reading the Bible, there are people that you read several chapters on them, their exploits. And there are other people, you read about 2 or 3 lines about them. Those people are people that ended up as footnotes in history. Don't be like them. Now, but what I have to tell you is that you have the ability to write a wonderful story with your life. All of you sitting here, you have the capacity, you have the ability to write great stories with your life. All the resources you need to do this are within you, buried in your mind. All the problems, the solutions of all the problems in life lie in your mind. That's why I like to say that your mind is your greatest asset in life. But you have to use it. It's never too late to write a wonderful story with your life. I recall that statement made by author C.S. Lewis. He says, you are never too old to dream a new dream. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can't rewrite your love story. Suppose you have veered off, you're not playing by the rules, or you have been distracted so much on the way to your vision. You find yourself, when you get to the top of the success ladder, you look around, what you see, you don't like it. You have the ability to start all over again. It's never too late, no matter what it is. Perhaps there were other things you were doing in life that were not in conformity with your life purpose, with the goals you have set out for yourself to achieve in your life. You can write the story about your future. And this is going to be contained in your vision of the future. It's like a roadmap. A roadmap describes your direction. You must out your direction. If you follow an old roadmap, you get to an old destination. You follow a new roadmap, you get to a new destination. and then you get to a new life story. So what does your vision look up like? And now I'm going to talk about vision. A vision, your vision is your mental picture of the future you desire. Can you look ahead into your future? What do you see? A successful man, a successful woman. If, for instance, you admire the police people, and you're hoping one day you're going to be the Inspector General of Police. Now you close your eyes, all you see is yourself dressed in the uniform of an IG. What you can do, or you want to be a bank executive. You want to end up as a bank executive. You like them. You know how they dress. Always in smart suits. And always you close your eyes and all you're seeing is a well-dressed man in nice suits, good looking. And beneath that, what you're reading in your mind, this is a successful man. This is a successful woman. This is a great man. This is a great woman. You see here? Please, could you come? Give me one of those photographs. You can do something. And that is how you can keep your vision in focus. You can do a sketch. Sketch yourself, how you look, what you look like in another 20 years. If you can't sketch, you can get an artist to paint it for you. And put there, this is me, the Inspector General of Police to be by the year 2030. Put it where you will always see it. It will always remind you of your vision. Look at this photograph. You're looking at this. You're going to see all of these are achievers. Chimanda Amanda, Chinua Achebe, Ben Carson, Wolosa Inka, Martin Luther Jr., then Grace Alele Williams. You can ask your photographer to amend this photograph, and you put your own among them. Put your own, insert your own. Hang it where you always see it. And always say to yourself, I am great. Once your subconscious mind accepts that, you are in the right direction to greatness. Insert yourself among great people. And that will continue to remind you that that's your mission, that you want to be great. I normally say, walk among giants, dance with the stars. I'm going to talk about, more about this when we get to the company you keep. Now, let's look at visions. The bigger picture of the future which people have seen. And I want to say to you this afternoon, if you cannot see your future clearly laid out in front of you, you will not be able to achieve it. If you can't see your future clearly laid out in front of you, you will not be able to achieve it. Let's look at the thinking of some people that we know, we've heard their names, are great men. The Wright brothers. There are two brothers, Orville and Wilbur. They're described as aviation pioneers. They thought that someday humans will be able to fly. So they made initial attempts to manufacture airplanes. Today, what do you find? Planes all over the sky, everywhere, transporting people from one part of the globe to another. It's a reality today. John F. Kennedy, former president of the US, in May 1961, he stood up before Congress and said, look, America should commit to put a man in the moon by the end of the decade. By 1969, July precisely, they put a man in the moon. For Bill Gates, he dreamt of a world where every home has a computer linked to the internet. What you find today is a reality. So you always have to have the big picture ahead of you to guide your thinking, to guide your actions. Now, the takeaway from all of this is that we have a world of infinite possibilities. We have a world of infinite possibilities. I have told you there's nothing you put your mind to in this world that you cannot achieve. Except those things are against the laws of nature. I'm sure you know some of the laws of nature. What you sow is what you're going to reap. That's a law of nature. If you sow big, you're going to reap big. That's a law of nature. You can't find something where nothing existed before. That's a law of nature. If you want it, you have to create it. So it is only those things that are against the laws of nature that are not achievable. The only thing that will stand between you and achieving those things are the limitations you set up in your mind, the obstacles, what you tell yourselves, why you cannot succeed. Let's look at these people. Notable achievers. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg. All of you know him. He is the co-founder of Facebook. What is Facebook? Where is all of you spend most of your time? It's a website for social interaction. That's what Facebook is. Look at Elon Musk, the richest man in the world currently. He had a dream for advanced, highly efficient, and very, very comfortable or luxurious electric cars. He saw into the future. Everybody is talking about climate change today because the cars we have currently running on fossil fuels, they create a lot of pollution. They're depleting the ozone layer of the earth. And that's why everybody is worried about climate change. He had thought about it. At some point, it would be better to run to use electric cars that offer the benefit of lower emissions, lower carbon emissions and other pollutions. I hear the European Union wants to ban cars that run on fossil fuels by the year 2025. So that's no longer the future today is electric cars. Elon Musk had thought about it. And of course, Bill Gates, the principal founder of Microsoft, they founded a company that is one of the greatest, largest personal computer software companies in the world. He saw that as a future. Now, what is common? I said the intersection. What is common to all of these entrepreneurs and billionaires? What is common to all of them? What is common to all of them is they provide solutions that the world needs. They all add value. They all add immense value to the world. So the key to great success today is to create something that adds enormous value to life and to the world. If you are, take it at a personal level, you are into product marketing, you are into service marketing, whatever, if you add value, create something that adds value to your life, that makes your life better, and also improves the life of other people, you are bound to succeed. So what all of these people have done is provide solutions that the world needs. If you're able to do that, you are on your way to greatness and richness. Now, the law of responsibility. This is a very important law. We're going to talk about it as we go on. The law of responsibility. What does it say? You are solely responsible for everything you are, for everything you have or don't have, and for everything you achieve and everything you become. How does that sound to you? Don't say, this person is responsible. This person is doing juju for me. That's why I can't go. All sorts of things. You are responsible. Nobody is responsible for your success. If you are driving a car and you go and hit somebody, you should be able to take responsibility. Oh, that was my error. So you are responsible for everything you have in life or you don't have, everything you are, for everything you achieve and everything you become. I want you to get that in your head. That is stick in your head because we're going to talk more about that. That is the law of responsibility. So you can always look inward. That the solution lies within you. You have the ability to create it. We're going to talk more about, remember I had said to you, your vision, your purpose, your habits and attitudes. That determines your story, the story you write about your life. So what are those habits that will make you a rich man or a rich woman? A successful man or a successful woman? You have a clear and powerful vision of the future. Clarity in terms of clearly describing where you are going. What you want to be. It's also we describe the feeling. If you love one particular car and you manage to buy it and you're cruising it on the expressway, what feeling do you have? The feeling of success. That's the kind of feeling I'm talking about. If you have a powerful vision of life, you will not be thinking about things that are ordinary or mundane. You are looking at the bigger picture, what you want to attain. You think above the ordinary. You won't waste your time on things that are not necessary. Before you do anything, ask yourself, what is there for me? How does it improve my life? What value does it add to my life? If you cannot answer that question, don't do it. So this is about having a clear vision and a powerful vision about the future. I had talked about vision before. The other one is you have to think big. If you have a big and powerful vision, you're going to be thinking big. There was this former president of Liberia, Ellen Sirleaf Johnson. She said, the size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. What's the meaning of that? You do not set your life goal based on what you are now. Set your life goals on what you're capable of becoming. You're living in a room and parlor. You're setting all your goals around room and parlor. Set your goals as if you are going to be living in a mansion very shortly. You have to think big. One man that is noted for big thinking is Elon Musk. Open mind of big thinking. He's noted for that. He's already thinking of people who are going to be holidaying on Mars. And that's why he set up SpaceX. Think big. If you think big, you will achieve big. What big thinking does for you is that it gives you excitement. It motivates you. When you think of what your life is going to become when you achieve your life goals. So it's a sort of motivation to you. Now you have to have clear, specific goals. A clear description of where you are going. If it is clear, no matter what happens, no matter what tries to take you away from those goals, you can be delayed, but you cannot miss your road, like Dora Akuyele would say. You won't find a situation where you climb your success ladder and then discover that you are leaning, your ladder is leaning on a wrong wall. It will break your heart if that happens. So this is why it has to be very clear in your mind where you are going, very clearly. So whatever goal you have, make sure it is very, very clear. Describe it very clearly and specifically. There's no ambiguity about it. And I just say, let me add one thing. You are praying to God. You kneel down and praying to God. You say he should give you a house. It's not enough to pray to God to give you a house. You should have an idea of the kind of house you want. And when you're praying, the picture of that is in your mind. So ask for exactly what you want. There are people who come to you, they want to ask for help and all of that. And you ask them, they say anything you can do. They don't mean it. If you need help and you go to somebody, ask for precisely what you want that will solve that problem for you. If you go and you have worked out and what's going to solve your problem is 50,000 naira. And you go and tell the person, look, just anything, I give you 5,000 naira. Before the end of the day, you're going to use it to drink beer and whatever. And it goes. And the problem remains there. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. It is a very, very important instruction. Believe in yourself. Believing in yourself means trusting your abilities, your judgments, your decisions, your values, your potentials, your actions, your choices. You believe in them. You believe you can. You see, self-belief is an inner strength. What it does for you and to you is to assure you can achieve anything you put your mind to. You don't see any impossibilities. If you are confronted by any challenge and all of that, you're not bothered. You think positively, you think you can. You think you can solve any problem. That is what self-belief does to you. You're willing to take risks. You are a possibility thinker. You think of the things you can do, the things you can achieve, not the things you cannot do. There are people who fill their minds with impossibilities in this world, what they cannot do. Fill your mind with the things you can do. Then you're a possibility thinker. There is this statement by a man called Paul Shelley. He's a writer. He says the phrase, I can't. This one. I cannot. Because often we say to ourselves, I can't, I cannot. He says the greatest force of negation in the human psyche. And what happens often? You say to yourself, I can't. If you say it with feeling, your subconscious mind will accept that as true. You know, the subconscious mind runs and controls the body. So what it's going to do, because it's accepted that you can't, it will disengage your willpower. It will paralyze your body, because that's what rules the body. And the result is you can't. If you are confronted by any problem, don't say to yourself, I can't. Say to yourself, how can I go about it? How can I solve this problem? What's the way out? What's the way forward? That's the kind of thing you should be saying to yourself. Don't say, I can't. Be a possibility thinker. Believe in yourself. Believe you can achieve anything you put your mind to. Mind the company you keep. Many of us, young people, we keep wrong companies. The statement I want to make to you this afternoon is that your life is very precious. Mind who you put in your life. A lot of young people keep wrong companies. Wrong companies pollute your life. Keep the company of right people. Who are right people? People who inspire you. People who bring out the best in you. People who help you to expand your vision. When you leave their company, you feel that something has been added to you. Avoid the company of sluggards. People who have no big ideas about the future. People who are hungry for success, are not hungry for success. And people who don't want to grow. Don't keep their company. There's what you call the chameleon factor. I don't know how many of you have seen this animal called chameleon. It's called chameleon because it has ability. Wherever it is in the forest or bush, it takes the color of the environment. So it can change its color depending upon where it finds itself. So when you talk about chameleon factor in associations, because I tell you, the companies you keep do not leave you neutral. They affect you for good or for bad. You tend to think and be like the people you stay most of the time with. That is the chameleon factor. You may be a good child, brought up properly in the family. You keep in wrong company. They pollute you. They corrupt you. They recreate you. If you are keeping the company of anybody, and that person is not adding value to your life, cut off that company. You don't need it. because you want to belong. You want to keep certain companies. Keep the company of people you have identified in those people that they are people who want to succeed. Not people you are going to be around and they're always talking about hanging out uselessly. That's what you call useless socializing. It's when you're keeping company that does not add anything to yourself. You must avoid useless socializing. So I say again, keep the company of giants. Dance with stars. It is better to keep the company of people who are better than you. Of course, then there's something to learn. Those people, you're going to leave their company and you will feel that you have gained something. If you don't have that feeling, that is useless socializing. Manage your time well. Time is money. That's what business people say. I dare say time is much better than money. Manage your time well. There are two characteristics that time have that are very important for us to note. Time is limited. Everybody has 24 hours in one day. Time is perishable. Once you don't use it, it goes forever. Because time is limited and time is perishable, you have to use your time in the most valuable way. What is using your time in the most valuable way? Use your time for the high-value activities that contribute most of the results you want in life. Those are the things that they say has the highest potential consequences on your life and on your work. The things that are most important to you, use your time for those ones and avoid hanging out unnecessarily. Wasting your time. Most people sit around, they gossip. You go to the social media, you spend the whole day there. You are not asking yourself, what does this add to me? Especially among young people. You have spent almost half of the day in the social media. What value has that added to your life? There's this man, Goethe, is a German writer. And he says the things that matter the most in your life must not be at the mercy of the things that matter least. Because successful people use their time in the most valuable way. Poor people, unsuccessful people, use most of their time on the things that are of little of no importance to them. They squander time. Leave your comfort zone. What is a comfort zone? It's a psychological state. It's not a physical state. It's of the mind. You feel comfortable. You feel familiar. You feel at ease. You feel in control. Because those are the usual things you do. Those are the usual experiences you have. You don't want to try out new things. You are afraid. You don't want to take risk because you are afraid. You want to remain where you are because you are comfortable. That's a comfort zone. And one thing is this. Anytime you want to do something that is different, anytime you want to step out of your comfort zone, there is a certain level of physical and emotional and psychological discomfort you feel. Sometimes you feel fear. You begin to sweat. Your mind, your heart begins to beat. because you want to do something that portends that your mind has read some danger in it. It wants to keep you where you're comfortable, in that comfort zone. And I tell you, you cannot achieve anything great by remaining in your comfort zone. Because everything great you want in life lies outside your comfort zone. So you must be prepared to take risk in life. You must be ready to do the things that frighten you, the things you fear. You must be ready for new experiences, for new relationships. If you decide you're going to remain in your comfort zone, some measure of success is possible there, but nothing great. We're talking of succeeding great, being millionaires, being big entrepreneurs, conquering the world. Because that's what you're created for. We are all created to be giants. We are all created to be successful people. The law of responsibility, you said you're responsible for whatever you are, whatever you have or don't have, whatever you achieve, and whatever you become. Take 100% responsibility for your life. It just takes from what I've just said, law of responsibility. Always admit and agree that you are responsible for whatever happens to you in life. That you are the cause of any experience you experience in life. Most of the things we experience in life are due to our choices. They are due to our decisions. They are due to our actions or inactions. You are responsible for everything that happens to you, for all the results you get in your life. If you believe this, you will feel you are in the driver's seat of your life. And you're going to be driving the way that is best for you. You are not looking for who to blame if you make a mistake. You are not looking to complain if what you get is what you want. You are responsible, 100% responsible for whatever you become, for whatever you are. Some people, you have made a mistake. You have failed. Ordinarily, you fall on the ground. What do? Just get up, dust yourself up, and continue. Some people will not do that. They will dwell on the failure. It is John that is responsible. I know he does not like me. That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. There's nothing bad about failure. There's nothing bad about failure. You have failed means that you didn't get it right. That's what it means. There are a lot of things to learn when you fail. At least you know there are other things that you ought to learn that you didn't know. There are other ways that are better. So don't dwell on failure. Take the lesson and move on. There is no successful person in life that has not failed several times. It shouldn't stop you. Because each time you fail, you go back and think, why did I fail? What was my contribution to this fail? What did I do wrong? What did I not do right? The learning will help you to perfect your strategies for the future, to take better decisions, And at the end of the day, you will get it right. You will succeed. Be an early riser. Get up early. Start your day early. Successful people get up early. You know, some of us, what we do, you're going for a job interview, you're going for whatever, at 10 o'clock. You haven't arranged all the things you need to take along with you. When you are ready to go, that's when you remember, what is my certificate? What is my this one? What you should have done the previous night. In fact, we should plan our days the previous night and wake up early. So once you wake up early, you are ready to go. If you are going for a job interview and you're looking for your certificate, when you have dressed up, you want to go. That certificate, my job is stuck up among all the other papers of yours. And you find yourself losing comportment. You find yourself panting and sweating. You go late. You get there, you don't have proper composure. You're nervous and all of that. You started wrongly. There's this saying, they normally say, the early bird catches the worm. And there is always a first comer's advantage. People who come first, there's always an advantage there. Don't be late. Start your day early. So by the time others are still turning in their base and all of that, you're ready. Your day is better organized. Your day is more fruitful. You can achieve a lot more. Successful people are early risers. I remember the word of, who is that now? His name is Connor Chalfant. Says you cannot change the world by rising at noon. You're waking up at 12 noon and you're thinking they're going to change the whole world. It's not possible. Live within your means. Don't spend more than you earn. Have a budget. Don't spend more than you earn. Have a budget. If you are working, you are earning money. Draw up a budget, how you're going to spend your earning. Always ensuring that you have saved at least 10% of what you earn. Use that for investment. That is the money you are going to put where it's going to grow. Don't finish all your money. If you don't work within your budget, two things that can happen. You find yourself subsidizing your lifestyle. You may even borrow money. You are in debt. You're owing people because you want to live big where your money does not show that you should live at that level. So no matter how much you're earning, save part of that so that you can put your money where it can grow. You don't become wealthy from salary. If you are working for somebody and you become so rich, you must be stealing his money. You become rich through investment. Put your money where it will grow. What we find amongst poor people, they literally eat money, what you call eating money. That is when you think that every money is for spending. You're eating money. Every money is not for spending. I find people who struggle to save money because they want to go on holiday. Don't save money because you want to go on holiday. Save money which you are going to invest where it's going to grow. Your holiday should be financed by your investment. Your pleasure should finance your investments. You can imagine where you buy property. Invest your money in a piece of property. It can be land. in an area that is fast developing. Because if you spend 5 million naira to buy it, probably in another 10 years, you'll be surprised you get 30, 40, 50 million. Then you can then say to yourself, I want to go on holiday. Use part of it. Your investment should finance your luxury, your lifestyle. Don't save up money to go on holiday. It's wrong. Create multiple income streams. Don't depend on one sort of income. You're earning salary and that's all. Find some other things you can do to increase your income. This will come to you as what you call passive income. Put your money in many places so that you know you come from, you receive from here, you get from here, it goes from here, and it adds up. And it ensures that if one investment goes down, you're still standing. So don't have one source of income. Create multiple income streams. Pay attention to your health. Some of us forget everything about our health because we are struggling to make money. It's very, very important. You have to work in your health into your success equation. It's very important. Because you cannot perform optimally when you are not well. When you are well, you have energy. And energy is described as the currency of high performance. If you don't have energy, you can't perform optimally. You have to be healthy. And that's why you have to have a health plan that gives you opportunity for regular medical checkups and treatment. Look after your health. Eat well, eat healthy. Have a healthy lifestyle that includes regular exercises. Get enough sunshine, enough fresh air. Sleep well. Reduce the amount of alcohol you drink. If you can understand better, don't smoke. You have to be at your physical peak to perform at your peak level. Constantly improve yourself. You must constantly improve yourself. Those skills you had, those competencies you had in the beginning, which made you marketable, may become obsolete in due time, and they will make you redundant. There was a time that you would open the papers and you see advertisements for stenographers, typing and shorthand and all of that. If those were only skills, they were the only skills you had, I mean, of course, you will be redundant. You will be out of job. So you must continually improve yourself. You see, how do you improve yourself? You improve yourself by reading. A lot of people don't read any longer. Books are a gateway to knowledge. You have to attend seminars, workshops, courses. You have to, if you can, you buy audio CDs, audio tapes produced by renowned professionals in their own fields. You can play this in your car and listen to them as you travel. You are learning. One thing common to all highly successful people is that they read a lot. Bill Gates, he said to read about 50 books in 1 year. How many books do you read in 1 year? Bill Gates reads about 50. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors in the world, is an American. He said he spent 80% of his day reading. When you stop learning, you are vulnerable. If you stop improving yourself, you cease to be competitive. When you stop improving yourself, you stop adding value, both to yourself and to the marketplace. Those who are marketers of goods and products, goods and services, know that they have to improve the quality of their products from time to time, because perceptions constantly change, preferences constantly change, habits and attitudes constantly change. So you must constantly improve yourself. There was this statement by an American writer. His name is Alvin Toffler. He's a futurist, he's a businessman. He said the illiterates of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn or learn and relearn. In these days of technology and all of that, you got to keep pace with advances in technology. You got to learn more to remain competitive and progress. Ask. What I mean by asking, are you tired? If you are tired, tell me to stop. Are you tired? Okay. I have about 10 more minutes, so just have patience. Ask. So many people don't know that asking is a secret of success. You ask because you don't know it all, you don't have it all. In your journey through life, you're going to need people. You're not going to need their help. You're going to need their support, your advice. You're going to need their money. And the thing about it is that people don't go about asking you if there's anything you need. So you have to ask. Even some of the things you need, there are a lot of people who know, who have the results, who are seeking. They have tried it. Ask them. They will tell you. Successful people are always willing to share their successes. You need a mentor, somebody who is going to guide you in the area you have chosen. Go to him, ask him the questions you want. He'll be ready to tell you, he'll be ready to guide you. So ask. A lot of us don't ask because we don't want to be turned down. We're afraid somebody's going to say no to us. Somebody, you didn't have something. You go to somebody, he says no to you. You didn't have anything. Their condition did not change. And what is that? What have you lost? It's better for you to ask because you have the opportunity of receiving. Be willing to take risks. People don't want to take risks because they are afraid. They are afraid of the unknown. Nobody has ever succeeded big without taking risks. But our risks must be calculated. We must have done all the studies, all the whatever we need to do to make sure that we minimize risk. There was this man, his name is Peter Thiel. He says the greatest risk anybody could take in life is not to take risk at all. In a fast-changing world, the greatest risk you can take is not to take risk at all. This world belongs to risk takers. That the people you find at the top at the end of the day. Even if the risk fails, there is still something to learn. Your future strategies are likely to be better. but you must be prepared to take risk. That is the only way to grow big. Be positive. There are people who don't see this world as fair. They don't see this world as fair. They see everything as if everything is against them. You see, people who are positive are optimists. They see the good side of life. They see possibilities. They believe in themselves. They are possibility thinkers. They believe that anything they put their minds to is possible. You give a glass of water to somebody that is half full, somebody will say it's half empty. Once somebody picks up the glass and says, this is half empty, you can really profile him where he is. He is on the negative side. If he says it's half full, it means he thinks positively. Now, the other things, probably I don't want to bore you too many things. Perhaps I should stop. But you see, the personal attributes that will make you win. Now, I am going to leave that in my presentation. And I am sure that the organizers will give you this copy of this book. It's a book I published last year, and you can read more of that. The only thing I am going to add is that in our journey in life, if you learn, improve yourself, you're determined to succeed, you continually take action. It's not a question of thinking about it, having great ideas. You have to take action. Even if you have the knowledge, when Francis Bacon wrote "Knowledge is Power," everybody continued to say knowledge is power and all of that. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is a potential. What is power is applied knowledge. When you apply it, if you don't apply it, it's not power. So no matter what you have heard from me this afternoon, if you internalize it, apply it. If you don't apply it, it remains as a potential. And whenever you have climbed the top of your success ladder, you're happy staying there. Look back and show gratitude. Gratitude to God. Gratitude to everybody that helped you in this journey. Because there are people who have prayed for you. There are people who sowed seeds into your life. There were people that gave you physical, emotional, psychological comfort. There are silent heroes in your life. Make a list of them. Tell them that you're happy. You appreciate what they did to make you become what you are. Gratitude does not cost anything, but is so powerful. I want to thank you for giving me time to talk to you. I hope you have taken away something from here. And if you've done that, that's my pleasure. Thank you.